Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mitch. Good Monday morning to you all. I hope you guys are feeling well out there this morning. Monday is rough for a lot of folks out there, but I hope you guys are feeling well and having a great start to your week. Got you an update weather-wise on what's going to happen for most of the country today. We'll break it down region to region, but I will say ahead of time, it's a pretty quiet day today. It's been a quiet day for the last few days. Tonight, we'll begin to break down a system that's going to begin to unfold as early as probably sometime in the next 48 to 72 hours. And they have now dropped a marginal risk for severe weather for Wednesday. So we were talking about that a little bit a few days ago about how with this big digging trough that's coming, cold front. Remember, anytime I say trough, I'm meaning cold front for the most part. That there was going to potentially be a severe weather risk. So we'll talk about that. Not a big risk, not a big threat, but marginal at day 3 could get upgraded to maybe a slight. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the entire system as a whole. But first, this morning, we're going to break down the weather for today. I want to let y'all know if y'all see a huge gray cat behind me move at any point, I could not get Stormy out the video, I have two cats. One's name is Kylo, one is named Stormy, and Stormy has been extremely cuddly lately, which is kind of rare for her, but she's a big old gray cat, so if you see it go behind me, see her go behind me, that's her. But anyways, if you guys have not subscribed, certainly consider doing that. Like the video if you like it. Hit me up on Twitter, guys, Facebook. Listen, we're getting closer to those colder months, the winter. And for people who've been following along since last winter, which I think a lot of people have been subscribed since that period when I had the major growth earlier in the year, you guys know that I get really passionate about winter weather. It's definitely my favorite category of weather is winter weather. So definitely follow along because eventually we're going to be tracking winter storms. But if you guys got anything that I can pray about, pray over, please put in the comments below. It gives me an opportunity to pray over it, and it gives others an opportunity to do so too. Let's get rolling here so we can get on and have a great Monday. Listen, I mean, this is water vapor loop. There ain't a whole lot of anything going on here. You got some moisture in western Texas and New Mexico, and then a little bit of moisture in areas of South Carolina, North Carolina. And we'll be doing that with most of the morning hours, but honestly, it's welcomed. We certainly need rain for most of everybody in the South, and we can definitely use it, but especially areas that did not see any moisture from Ian. But today, the only area we watch out for as far as active weather is areas of western Texas, really, where they're under a slight risk for excessive rainfall. That has at least a 15% chance of flash flood guidance being met in these areas that you see in the yellow in western Texas. So we'll watch out for that. So let's break it down region to region. We're starting off with some showers in South Carolina. We'll drift into North Carolina a little bit later this morning, and they will continue. I was hoping we could get a little bit of rain here in my neck of the woods here in Columbia, but it looks like most of it's to my east, but oh well. A little bit of rain. Will be kind of scattered and smothered out there in the Carolinas, especially the eastern Carolinas, and then we'll have some storms especially along the eastern coastline of Florida. Other than that, we'll probably have more widespread showers and storms develop for the southern sections of Florida just in general. I saw yesterday where they were letting people back into Fort Myers, but it was storming like crazy. Not exactly the best way to be welcomed back with a nasty tropical downpour in Florida. But I hope you guys the recovery efforts continue to be quick and efficient and smooth, guys, down there. Certainly still praying for you guys. The Northeast, guys, I made a mistake, and that was a very rude comment to let me know it. That I said Mount Washington was the second highest peak east of the Mississippi. That was totally wrong, and honestly, if I would just thought a little bit more on it, I would have realized that it was. I'm actually really good on my geography. Decent. When I was a kid, for fun, I used to have those big old road atlases, and I would actually just go to each state and find the highest peak in every state. And I did it for fun when I was like, I don't know, 4th, 5th grade. But I definitely blimped that a little bit yesterday. Mount Washington is definitely not the second highest peak east of the Mississippi. I think it is one of the highest peaks, though, out there. I think it's in the top 10 or something. But most of the highest peaks are definitely in North Carolina and Tennessee. So my bad, guys, for you geography buffs out there. Did not mean to bother anybody. Had a comment on Twitter, let me know too, but was much more polite about it. But anyways, I can't go around acting like my feelings are getting hurt on everything. But certainly I don't ever mind you guys correcting me on something in the comments, because sometimes I get the rambling, my words get mixed up, so it certainly doesn't bother me. Just keep it respectful, and I think a lot of people online think that they can act a certain way online, but know darn well they wouldn't act like that in person. But that's just the social media world we live in. But anyways, I'll get off my soapbox. Here we go. Some showers drifting around areas of Vermont, New Hampshire, down east areas of Maine. But other than that, pretty quiet weather. Just honestly, you might see some snowflakes flying around in New Hampshire, Vermont, so in the higher elevations. But there'll be some more showers that form. If you're basically in these areas of New England, Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, some rain showers will be on and off throughout the day, and cloud cover will probably be on and off, if not just there all day. So I'll be expecting that, but like I said, no major weather event at all with this. And then today, more showers and storms will pop off in western Texas, and some of this could be heavy, guys. This has been a steady pattern, I would say, for almost a week now out here in Texas, where you guys have been getting a lot of rain. You guys could pick up a good bit of rain here in southwest Texas today. So just more of that moisture return in this area, and you guys certainly are picking up a lot of rain. Some areas all the way into southern Oklahoma could get a little bit of rain until later this evening. So this might sneak a little bit further east than what we've been seeing. So, don't be surprised if you see some rain into Oklahoma, a little bit further areas east in Texas. For my areas in the north central U.S., the Midwest, Great Lakes region, I don't even know if a drop of rain or anything is going to fall today. Nothing. In fact, this is the quietest I've ever seen it when talking about this region. So nothing, absolutely nothing probably is going to happen anywhere today. Temperatures warming up in the middle of the country ahead of a big cold front that's going to be crashing down and cooling everybody back down again as we get into the middle to later part of this work week. But if you're in the Mississippi Valley, south central U.S., quite warm, mid to upper 80s for a lot of areas. You still got a nice return flow into the eastern U.S., so it'll stay, relatively cool still all the way into the areas of the eastern Gulf states and the southeast, the mid-Atlantic. Carolinas still might be a nice day into the 70s. Same thing with the mid-Atlantic, Ohio Valley, 70s, maybe some 60s. Certainly in the higher elevations of the Appalachian Mountains are certainly going to be a little bit cooler with higher elevations. But if you're in the Northeast, definitely a cooler day, especially the more you work inland. You guys are only going to be in the 40s and 50s for highs, unless you're in the valleys where you'll get into the 60s, 50s or 60s. But Boston, New York City, Long Island, southern New England areas, New Jersey, 60s for highs. So just your classic early to mid-October fall-like day. But even warming up all the way into the northern sections of Michigan, UP of Michigan, northern Wisconsin. I know 50s really isn't warm, but some areas we're seeing flakes falling the other day. So it's warming back up, but you guys are going to cool back down. So don't hold on to it very long, because a quick taste of fall is on the way. The GFS, we're going to talk about this really quickly, and then we'll break it down more tonight. So this front is still on track, guys. Widespread rains all the way from the Gulf Coast all the way into Canada. So everybody in green could potentially see a decent amount of rain. I'm not talking about multiple inches of rain, but you see the 540 line following behind this area of rain. That tells us that you got cold air, probably all levels of the atmosphere ushering in behind this cold front. But this is the big story here, is much needed rain for a large portion of the country. But I do think certain areas will get more than others, which is unfortunate. But this will jumpstart the lake effect machine. Now, lake effect as in snow, not sure. But the further north you get, I think you could get some lake effect snow streamers off Lake Superior. But Lake Michigan, Huron, sorry, might have said it wrong there. Erie, of course, it's a little bit too early in the season to be seeing lake effect snow bands. Now, you've seen it this early. But it's just not enough cold air at the surface for this. But you certainly will be seeing some streamers. Some of this might mix with snow a little bit in Michigan sometime Friday. But we'll talk more about this when it comes. But this could certainly still, watching the potential for a windstorm sometime Thursday into Friday morning. We'll give you an update on that. Stay tuned tonight. We'll talk more on that. But after that, we'll watch for another cool push of air. But I can tell you that it almost looks like that's moderating a little bit. But we'll see. Maybe not. Still got some time to figure out that second push. But this first push of air that's going to cool us back down for the weekend. and later part of this week is certainly looking all but certain. So rainfall expected between now and this coming Saturday evening. Like I said, it's kind of scattered out there. It's not just a certain area of rain. The only area that looks certain to get a lot of rain is the Northeast. Once you get into the Mid-Atlantic, the Southeast, the South in general, it just depends on location, and I think we're not going to know exactly. We're never going to know exactly what's going to happen before it happens, but we're not going to have a really good idea, I would say, until tomorrow, maybe tomorrow night, Wednesday morning, on how much rain is going to fall in the Southeast. But there's a lot of areas down here that need the rain, that didn't get a drop of rain from Ian, that have not seen rain in nearly a month. Certain areas have not literally seen rain in almost a month. October is a dry month, but we certainly still need some rain. So we'll talk more on this tonight. We'll try to figure this out. I know a lot of people have been asking for rain. It's been very dry for a lot of areas. So we'll try to figure that out tonight. So stay tuned, and I'll have you an update. Hope you guys have an awesome Monday. God bless all y'all, and talk to you soon.